Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is a beer from Modest Man Brewing out of Keene, New Hampshire. This is the Double Buhloone. Clocks in at 8.5% ABV. It's a double IPA with Mosaic and Galaxy hops. This can is courtesy of Bumpy Road Brewery. Thank you very much, Bumpy. I will post a link to his channel in the description below. If you're not already subbed, definitely go check him out. Great guy. Does same thing I do here on YouTube. Beer reviews. That's what it's all about. So check him out and tell him John and Ellie sent you. Okay, let's get into this thing. I have been very pleased with the Modest Man beers that I've had. I've only had a few. Actually I have had a sour from them, but most of the beers that I've had from them are double IPAs, and they have all been, to this point, amazing. So I do have high hopes for this beer. That's a nice looking beer in a glass right there. Nice and hazy. Although not completely opaque, you can see light through it. Nice finger's worth of a white, relatively creamy looking head. Yellowish orange appearance. Some nice streaming bubbles going up the glass. Smells nice and juicy. Getting some mango. Maybe a little bit of pineapple in there. Some tangerine. Some of the bready malt characters coming through on the aroma as well. I think they use wheat malt in here. I'm definitely getting like a wheat bready aroma. Maybe a slight guava note in there as well. Some other kind of tropical fruit that I'm having a hard time putting my finger on. They do have tasting notes on here. It says juicy tangerine, yes, which I mentioned. Passion fruit. I'm not getting that so much on the nose. Maybe that'll come through on the palate. Mango, yes. Floral, creamy mouthfeel. Floral. Nothing too floral on the aroma for me, but maybe on the palate. So smells like a wonderful double IPA. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. Getting some mango, a little bit of pineapple. Not getting any of that passion fruit that they mentioned on the label coming through on the palate. Definitely has the tangerine notes. There's like a pithiness to it, like an orange pith that's coming through. Slightly bittering on the finish. Not sure what the IBUs are, but this one is medium bitterness. I would say maybe 30 IBUs, if I had to guess. 30 to 40 IBUs, somewhere in that range. Because it does have that pithy character and that bitterness on the finish. It's relatively juicy all the way through, but that bitterness, that pithy character kind of dries out the palate when you swallow it down, which is good. It's inviting. It makes you want to go right back in for another sip. The 8.5% is masked exceptionally well. The carbonation is on the low end of medium. The body is actually high light to low medium body. The body is very light for an 8.5%er. This is definitely lighter than some of the other double IPAs that I've had from Modest Man, both in the mouthfeel. Not that it's thin, but it's not as thick and creamy as some of the other IPAs that I've had from them have been. And it just drinks a little bit more on the sessionable side. You know, for an 8.5% beer, this drinks like a 5.5 or a 6%er. Very light for how high alcohol it is. Nice glass lacing, nice head retention. Very nice. All the tropical fruit notes are there. You get a little bit of that pithy note, a little bit of bitterness on the finish to kind of dry out the palate and balance out some of the tropical fruit flavors that you're getting initially from the hops that they're using. A nice like bready note in the middle of the sip from the malts. I want to say wheat bread is what it tastes like. So I'm assuming they use wheat malt with this, but I'm not 100% sure. Most of the IPAs use a combination of malts, but wheat is usually one of those things. They may also use flaked oats in this beer as well to give it the creamy mouthfeel. It does have a little bit of creaminess to the mouthfeel, but not nearly as creamy as some of the other beers that I've had from Modest Man, and the body is a little bit thinner as well, which is surprising for an 8.5%. But very nice flavor notes, very nice balance between the tropical fruit and the malt sweetness initially to that pithy kind of bitter finish that you get. This is a solid beer for sure. Another winner from Modest Man. I'm going to give it a 94 out of 100. It's a pretty solid A. Not the best beer that I've had from them, but definitely a enjoyable drinking experience. A little bit lighter in body, which gives it a scary drinkability for an 8.5%er. But I really am enjoying this beer. So 94 out of 100 for the Modest Man Double Buhloone, double IPA. Buy it, try it, let me know what you guys think. Thanks again to Bumpy Road Brewery. Link to his channel in the description below. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.